All right, hello, welcome back to another episode of CaseyBuilds. I could tell you what we're not doing today. So, this came recently, and before I could even have a chance to sniff it, Lex had it built. So, since I am unable to build the Baby Yoda for you on camera, as adorable as he is, we're going to go ahead and do a different Mandalorian-oriented set today. And this is another older set. This one came out in 2014. So, 6 years old. Slave 1. So, oh, well, hello, everybody. Motherboard, Aunt Nancy. So we're doing Slave 1 today. Slave 1 is Boba Fett's ship. And he is indeed, as we all know, a Mandalorian. And on the Disney Plus show that just came out, that was a lot of fun to watch. We don't know any kind of a relation or anything like that. But The Mandalorian was about somebody else in the Mandalorian order. And so, actually, that guy's ship, the Razor Crest, is one of the sets that I have ordered that's going to ship someday. But who knows when that's going to be. And so today we're going to do a Mandalorian ship. But since this is the only one we got, we're going to go with Slave 1. And this ship is... It's one of my older ships, but it is also, I was talking with MD Cordy prior to the build starting here, and he said it was his second favorite ship behind the Snowspeeder. And I agree. This is one of Lego's just a solid design. Love it. It's a great one. Mandalorian, not quite like the car, the DeLorean. Mandalorian, it's all one word. Anyway, this is a great set. I haven't built it for a while, so I'm looking forward to doing it today. Let's go ahead and start building here. Need to go through all this opening frou-frou. And there we are. Also, so this set is 4 pieces, 1996 pieces. Don't know why they wouldn't just, when you're that close, put 4 more pieces in there and call it an even 2000. Because who doesn't love good round numbers? So it's 2000 pieces, which is good medium scale build. I think it's going to be too much for one day. Let's turn these so you can see the child looking up at you there with Mando. Anyway, like I said, medium scale build. We've never done a 2-parter. We've done 3-parters here for the things that are like 3,000 pieces, or 4,000 pieces for the big sets, like the Disney Castle and the Porsche and the Death Star. This one's not quite that big. I think this will be a 2-parter, so I think that'll fit nicely between today and tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on the time today and see when it feels like we're at the halfway point. I think we're going to get through, I want to say this set has it's 14 bags? Okay, so it has 14 bags. I thought it was 13. So we'll aim to try to get through about 7 bags today. See if that's about the halfway point. So that's what we're shooting for. So I'm expecting we'll do a couple hours tops today, and then finish up with a couple hours tomorrow. So I think these 2000-ish close piece builds might be a nice midway point between doing the huge 3-parters that take us more than we can get done in a weekend, and unless we have a long weekend, but still be a little bit more involved than the one-dayers that we do from time to time, or most of the time, I suppose. Anyway, so Mandalorian. This ship was originally a fire spray 31, I think, was the official class of the ship. It was fire something, fire spray, something around that area. And it was designed to be a police ship, and I'm a little fuzzy on all this stuff, but if I remember correctly, Jango Fett, who is the father of Boba Fett, Boba Fett is the one in the original trilogy who has carbonite Han that he's delivering to Jabba. That's Boba Fett. And Boba Fett is Jango Fett's son. So Jango Fett, I believe he was a prisoner, and I want to say he was a prisoner in a mine at some point. This is outside of what we saw in the movies, but yeah, I believe he was a prisoner in a mine. This was a policing ship, and there was a jailbreak at the mine, and he broke out and stole this thing, and I believe I want to say there were 6 of them. There were 6 of these things that were built, the Fire Spray 31. When he broke out, he tossed a couple of missiles off into the hangar bay and destroyed the other 5 ships, leaving this the only one. At which point he renamed it to the Slave One. So there's all of your pertinent background information that I'm 85% sure is somewhat close to accurate. If I had to guess, that'd be the grade. This is a solid B. Solid B work for my knowledge of this stuff. So one of the things, yeah, quality control. Where's all of the fact checking that we have come to rely on with you when it comes to Star Wars related trivia? But one of the reasons why I like this set is it's got a very iconic shape. It's kind of a weird ship in that when it's docked, I don't know which camera I should use. When it's docked flat like this. Then after it takes off, it goes to a 90-degree angle and then flies forward, which is a rather unique thing. And so this this set is actually designed to be able to work either flat or horizontal or vertical, which is kind of cool. And it has some stabilizer wings. Once we get to that point, that will actually that automatically rotate depending on which angle you're at. So they're somewhat weighted, which is neat. And yeah. Anyway, there's lots of little neat bits in this thing, which I'll just, as always, hold up for the camera as we get to them. But this one is a fun. I guess I like it because it's both one of the. It's definitely a model build. You finish it and it looks like the ship. It's a finished model product. Uh-oh. It would appear that when I took this apart last time, I put some pieces in the wrong bags because I am missing a couple little pieces. So we're gonna look on the other tray real quick and see if they are there. Found them. Hopefully those weren't part of the next few steps. Fingers crossed. That completely derailed my train of thought. What was I talking about? I remember. Yeah, it's a great model build. But this was one of the first ones that when I was building it made me realize that they put just as much effort into the areas that you end up not being able to see as they do into the outer areas, which is one of the things that I see as one of the main differences between Lego and, say, Mega Bloks. Like, when you build a Mega Bloks set, it ends up having the correct shape for the thing that you're building. Like the Enterprise, for example, from Star Trek. It looks like the Enterprise on the outside, but it is just a solid mass of brick. And there's nothing on the inside. It's just bricks. Whereas when you build Lego sets, even if you never see the insides, when you're building it up, it's almost like a little present, a little surprise hidden treasure for the builder. You'll build areas on the inside that you really can't ever even see or get to. But as you're building it, it's a nice little. It's neat seeing it and knowing that it's there. So this one you kind of build some stuff on the inside of the ship that is not totally visible once it's all done. But the phrase we use is called painting both sides of the fence. So, and this is a great example of one of the sets where they do that. It's one of our mantras at work. Also, we absolutely flew through this first bag's done. I was not surprised. I was not expecting it to go through so quickly, but here we are. Ooh. Lex was Johnny on the spot. Okay. All right. Well, not much to see here yet. Actually, it kind of looks like a Space Invader. Kind of The little lasers. Anyway, yeah, not much going on yet. This set, we're definitely going to have to build up a few bags before anything starts getting very recognizable. You kind of need to see it all in context of itself. But we're laying down the foundation for the base of the starship. With the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda looking at us here. Can't remember in the Mandalorian series. What is he called? They call him is he the client? No.
The child.
No. The Mandalorian's title.
You should just call him
Yeah, Mando. But I feel like he had it was something like the client, which is obviously the wrong word for this, but it was something like that. Or the child. I think there was something that they called him, and I can't remember what it was. One of the other things I like about this set is there's a lot of stuff going on. For being it's an interesting shaped vehicle. The X-Wings and TIE Fighters, they're also neat looking ships. But the design of them is pretty basic. This one, there's lots of different things going on, and in this set, they have to do a lot of creative things to make it all work. X-Wing is an X-Wing. It's wings go out, main fuselage. TIE Fighter is a pod with a couple of things on either side. This one, there's just lots of stuff going on. So because of that, you get to have a more interesting build. Any luck with the title?
Well, I don't want to give any spoilers. He does have a name, but we don't know it yet.
Like we haven't seen it in the... Oh. You mean like his real name kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that would...
Usually they just call him Mando.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep it spoiler free. Especially since we're not supposed to know that yet either. Alright.
I mean, it might have been at the very, very end of the season. Because it's all over IMDb, and if it was a surprise, it wouldn't be on IMDb yet.
Those are good points. Anyway. If you haven't watched The Mandalorian, you should. It's a great series. There's only, I want to say 12? 10? 9? 9? There's only 9 episodes. Only 9 episodes, but they did such a good job with it. It's got the feel like of an old spaghetti western. Each episode is kind of a self-contained bit, but also part of the whole overarching thing going on. Really good. Whoa! Hello to Montana. I guess our stream goes that far. That's exciting. We go all the way north.
The internet is everywhere.
The internet is everywhere, as Lex just said. Thank you for joining us. How's everything way up north? All right. So you guys can sort of probably see here. We're just making a neat. We're giving a neat shape. This is going to be something that will give us when attached to the base of it. We're giving it the outline of what will be the footprint of this thing. So, and it's kind of a really creative way that they build it. I don't know. There's a whole lot that I like about this set, so I'm gonna try not to nerd out on it too much. It'll speak for itself. Let's see here. I feel like this is a really cool way of doing it, so we've got we're building in this direction, but the way this thing was built, it was all built on its side with a few nibs coming off to the sides, and those ones going off to the sides we're able to put on the bottom of this thing. So now we're building in this direction with this, which is perpendicular to the other direction. So we're able to make some really good shapes by alternating the directions that we're going with these things. So now we've done one half, we're going to go and do the other half. So we'll have the rest of the shape on this thing. Good to hear. So yesterday, well, technically today, but last night, because of time zones being what they are, last night was a big night for Lego purchasing. There's been a whole bunch of new sets building up, and they were all set to be released on August 1st, which is today. And just because of the way time zones work out, the online Lego store flips their inventory at generally at midnight Eastern time, which happens to be 9 o'clock in our time zone. Well, my time zone, and lots of your time zones. So at 9 o'clock last night, there were a bunch of new sets that came out. One of the ones that was the most highly sought after was a new Nintendo set. Basically it's the shape of the old NES Nintendo, the original one, and so there was a mad rush at 9 o'clock to get that, and their site basically stopped working. I was lucky enough the site itself actually went live, or all the stuff went live at like 8:58 p.m. And because I was so excited to get this stuff, I was just sitting there refreshing the web pages already anyway. Oh, Mandalorian's name is revealed in the season 1 finale. Okay, well, that's all the information you're going to get about it from us here at CaseyBuilds. But yeah, there was a really cool Nintendo set that came out at the end of the night last night, and as I was worried that everybody that knew about it was going to get one, I assumed that if that's how all of the people I knew felt about it, people that I knew who wouldn't normally buy a Lego set. What have I done wrong? Oops, I did that because this row's backwards. Yeah, since people I knew who didn't normally compulsively buy Lego sets like I do were excited to get this, I just sort of assumed that's how a lot of people around the world would feel. So I was ready to buy this set as soon as it was available. And I got it, and then there were some more sets I was trying to get, and my order for that Nintendo set went through, and then I tried to buy a piano, which is a really cool set that I've been excited about for a long time. Tried to buy it immediately afterward, and the site was dead. So basically it took all of but a couple of minutes for there to be so many people trying to use the site right at 9 o'clock and buy these new sets that it got destroyed. But I got my order in, and then eventually I was able to get my piano order in, and then there were a bunch of other Mario-related sets that were coming out last night that I got to order in for those, and anyway. And, everything was a success. That's the end of step 2. That's the end of bag 2. Still not a whole lot to really see other than a kind of a nice oval shape going on here. With some stuff on the bottom that is hinting at other things getting attached that will have some twisting and turning. So, anyway, on to bag 3. Point being, last night there was a whole bunch of new Lego stuff to buy, and I was able to get all the stuff I wanted. One of the other things that was coming out last night, yeah, the piano. I tried to get the Nintendo first because I was afraid that was going to be the one that would sell out the quickest, because that's the one that everybody I knew was talking about. But I think I'm most excited for the piano. The piano set is one that showed up on the Lego Ideas website, and I know I've talked about the Ideas sets on here before, but just real quick, Ideas are Lego fan submitted. It's a website where fans submit their own ideas for Lego builds. Basically, they make their own instructions and they make their own sets, and people vote on them, and then Lego looks through and audits them, and when they have enough votes, they turn them into real sets. So some of the coolest sets, some of my favorite sets are the Idea sets, and it's usually one of the lines that I get everything of, because they're usually just really creative, and because it's being voted on by the community. There's a lot of variety, but they're just almost. I'm getting all hung up on myself right now. They're great sets. So the piano set was announced 2 years ago. That was when the voting had occurred, and they said, yeah, we're going to turn this into a set. And it's been 2 years of them finalizing the details for this thing, so I've wanted it for a long time. And it finally was available. So, yeah. So there you have it. And no, that doesn't mean it will be living on my piano, unless maybe I have a really, really nice cloth or something to keep it from scratching the piano. I don't know. Haven't figured that out yet. It'll be near it, at least. By the way, this step is kind of funny and unique. We have these two pieces that get attached to this, but they don't actually attach. They just slip in and fill in this area here, and they don't actually attach to anything. It's just to make it solid, and it fits. It's a perfect fit, but as you can see, they don't hold in place until they will once we put stuff on top of it here, but it's kind of a very unique step in that they fit perfectly into place but don't lock into place. Doesn't happen too often. Anyway, point being, super excited about the piano. Can't wait for that to happen. I know Bo James, don't know if he's watching right now or not, but he was actually he got himself a Nintendo and the piano last night as well, and he was just a tad behind where I was, and when he got his piano order in, they were already back ordered at that point. Mine doesn't say back ordered on it, so I'm hoping I'll get mine in the first wave that goes out. Either way, I'm just happy to have it ordered, so I don't need to worry about constantly checking to see when it comes back in stock. Even if I can place an order when they're back ordered, I'm just happy to know that my order is in. But yeah, lots of cool sets came out last night. There was also one of the kind of a new series that Lego has announced, and they're just starting to come out with, are these Lego art panels, where you can they have it for 4 different themes. There's an Iron Man, Beatles, Marilyn Monroe, and what's the 4th one?
Are you sure there's 4 and not 3?
Oh, Star Wars. So, so they're coming out with these artwork sets where it's literally just going to be a big flat square that you just put a bunch of individual little pieces on like this to make drawings. And like Marilyn Monroe's, the classic Andy Warhol 2x2 looking Marilyns. The Star Wars ones are Sith, so there's a Darth Vader helmet, there's a Darth Maul head, and they were really clever with how they did these, because one set will let you build a few different, like the Beatles set, it comes with the pieces to build either John, Paul, George, or Ringo, and it looks like the faces on the cover of the Let It Be album. So one set lets you build one of the dudes. So if you want to have, theoretically, put them all up on your wall, you'd have to buy 4 of the set. Likewise, the Iron Man set, it's 3 different poses of Iron Man. So if you wanted to have all 3 poses, you would need to buy 3 copies of the set to have them all up at the same time.
And those aren't
Or,
Lego, right? Those are Lego official.
yeah, those are just regular old Lego sets. Or, and here's where they are really clever. If you have if you have 3 copies of the Iron Man set, you can put them together to create a panorama mural that's a 3 wide version of an Iron Man pose. So to do that one, you actually have to have 3 of them to build the full thing, which is ingenious on their part. But where they failed, and this was something that I discovered last night, I knew that I was going to need 3 copies to build the full Iron Man mural. But because it was a new set on their website, they were limiting people to buying no more than 2 copies. So they came out with something that you needed 3 copies to be able to build, but would only let you buy 2. Which is, I mean, normally they do that to discourage scalpers, because a lot of people buy Lego sets as fast as they can, because people will pay a lot of money for them when supply is out, or they hold on to them and then they sell them after Lego retires the set for way more than they were originally sold for, which is something I personally don't care for. I hate it when people scalp these things, and I think it really ruins the joy of the purity of joy that is Lego. So it's good that they limit you for those sorts of things, but then Lego came out with a set that you need to have 3 of to be able to do the full build, and they only let you buy 2. So I ordered 2, and then Lex, loving wife that she is, went and bought 1 for herself, because they didn't seem to be limiting per address. It was only per name or possibly credit card number. Actually, that's probably how they do it, if I had to guess. So luckily, we're going to have all 3, and we'll be able to build the full Iron Man mural. Despite Lego trying their best to keep me from being able to do that. As you can tell, I took it very personally. All right. Let's focus on where we're at here. As you can tell, this thing's really starting to take shape. Also, this is a very nice, sturdy build right now. So it's got some nice shape to it. It's got some good contouring. I know I already said this one once before, but it feels like we're flying along way faster than I was expecting to. Which is not a bad thing. What's that? Oh ho, Brick Twins. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Just trying to hit that magic 100 sub mark so that I can finally have a nice pretty URL for people. I very much appreciate the subscription. One closer. We'll get there one of these days. I'll be sure to, when I'm done with my stream here, I'll be sure to go check out yours as well. With a name like Brick Twins, I can only assume that you've probably got your own channel as well. And that reminds me, I was supposed to go look at Jay's other J&J Let's Play. I can't remember his full name, but he'd had another one where he did his stop motion stuff that I was supposed to go check out and I forgot, so I need to go do that. Alright, that's the end of that. Bag 3. And right now it's almost like a from what is that, Black Panther, where they have the, oh no, it was Captain America, where he has his kind of oval shield that's on his arm. It kind of has that sort of a shape to it right now. Alright, well it looks like we're done with either the bottom half or the front, depending on which way you want to orient the thing. We're going to set that aside and we're going to do the other. We're going to do the rear or the top. All relative to your point of view. Anyway, so many new sets to be excited about. There were also a whole bunch of new Mario-themed sets that kind of different than the NES set that came out. All the Mario sets are a new kind of series that LEGO has with Nintendo, where you're going to be able to actually build Mario stages and hop a thing through the stage and actually kind of have an interactive Mario stage built with Lego bricks that you can interact with. It looks really interesting. I look forward to seeing how well it actually all works. But they're all up to almost 20 sets out. There were 15 of them that came out yesterday, or this morning, last night. 15 more. There were already, like, I want to say maybe 3 of them out before that. And they all work together, so kind of excited to see what those are going to be like. Yeah. And all of this is to say, doesn't even begin to mention all of the new Star Wars sets that are due out on September 1st. So there's going to be a whole nother batch of sets September 1st for just Star Wars. And I think there's a bunch of Harry Potter sets that have been announced that I thought were supposed to come out today that did not. There's still the Technic Ducati that was supposed to come out today. That their date keeps getting pushed back for that one. It was supposed to be out with all of this stuff and it wasn't. So who knows when that's going to happen. And then more of the art sets. So if you like spending money on Lego, it's a very exciting time to be alive. Just keep giving us more of the stuff we want. But those art sets are really creative. The where do you go? You go here, like that. The Marilyn Monroe sets are kind of the ones that I'm the least excited about. But the obviously the Star Wars ones, I'm gonna need to get that for the Darth Vader. There's 3 different Sith or a Darth Vader mural as well.
Since those qualify as art, I get to do those, right? Since I'm the resident artist?
I'm being told that since Lex is the resident artist, she's the one who's going to get to build those. We'll see. But the Beatles ones I'm really excited about too, as I love the Beatles, and I feel like those would go really well in the conservatory. But like I said, Lego was just really smart with the way they did these, because you kind of have to, more than just buying the set now, you have to buy the set a few different times if you want to have the complete artwork collection on display. So no longer do you have to fight just to get one copy of the set, but now you got to get a whole bunch of them. Okay, these pieces have stickers on them, but we don't know where. You can move that out of the way if you need to. Okay. Don't know which way they're supposed to be oriented yet, so I'm gonna just hold on to them here and hope that when I turn the page, it will show me which way they're supposed to go. Okay, let's just flip forward and see where the stickers. Okay, stickers. Cordy, welcome to the stream today. And yes, he brings up one of the terrible parts of having to order these sets online. Lego has not yet perfected their shipping methods. So if you are like Cordy or myself, where the quality of the box is as important as getting the pieces inside of it, you are not guaranteed a perfect box. The last set that he had ordered was that the modular building the bookstore? Anyway, whichever set it was, he sent me a picture of the box after he had taken delivery, and the corner was all munged up, which we both agreed was a completely unacceptable thing. It'd be nice if Lego realized that they were doing a whole lot of shipments now. And certainly they were too, before all of this happened. I mean, they had an online store that has had this problem. They weren't exclusively selling things out of the stores before. There was plenty of stuff online. And the reason why I never liked buying things online before was because the boxes could come and be messed up. If you go and buy them in the store, you can look for the best box they have on the shelves. And if they don't have a good box on the shelves, you can say, go find me a perfect box in the back. Which I have done multiple times. Modular bookshop, yeah. And you cannot do that when you are buying it off their website, unfortunately. So that means you either have to ship it back or take it back to a Lego store and try not to get the COVID when you go. Anyway, I have not yet had to deal with any of my Lego orders that I've had since this shelter-in-place stuff started. I've lucked out, which, now that I'm saying it, probably means the next one I get is going to be destroyed. But sadly, that's just sort of a problem that one needs to deal with the way things are going right now. So, like I said, it would be really nice if Lego invested a little bit of time into figuring out how to make a cardboard box that wasn't getting punctured and dinged up in shipment. Certainly such things exist. You just need to figure it out.
Yeah, but unless they have their own delivery service, how are they going to guarantee that people bring it here and not messing it up?
Well, yeah. If the box, like with that new computer that just came, it was packaged in such a way, like that's something that could easily be destroyed in transit, but they had been packed in such a way to safeguard that from happening. Certainly a computer is more sensitive than a box of Legos is, and they were able to figure that out. So it'd be nice if Lego could figure that out as well. Lego, figure it out. Let me have the joy of buying perfect things from you. I'm gonna hope and pretend that one of these days, one of you guys is out there watching my stream. So we're doing more like we did on the on this other side, on this other one, where we built these bottom pieces to give it the shape, to give it this nice shape. We're doing the same for this area here, just on a different scale. Bookshop has the new instructions plus. What are Cordy? What are new instructions plus? I am unfamiliar with that. I don't think I've built anything with those yet. The only set that I've built with weird instructions was the Droid Factory Droid Commander. This one, where the instructions were purely on the iPad, and you had to go through this iPad app to actually build it all. That's the only experience I've had with non-standard Lego instructions. Is that what the plus is? And can't say that I actually loved the instructions on that droid set. Steamboat Willie has instructions plus. Huh. I don't remember that. I remember Steamboat Willie just being the normal instructions, but maybe I missed something. I'll have to go and look at my Steamboat Willie set after I'm done with the build today. By the way, if there's anybody out there that wasn't here at the beginning of the build, as I already pointed out, this guy's going to be about 2,000 pieces, so I think this is going to be a two-parter build over the course of the weekend. So we're going to aim to do half of this guy today and half of it tomorrow. Which I believe will probably take us a couple hours both days. Alright, now all those decals line up. So you can see there's some battle damage up here. The beautiful red paint is wearing off, and you can see the steel subframe underneath, or whatever space age metal they use. That's it for this one. Uh-oh. Lex seems upset, so... Oh.
Told you.
Just a pile of parts over there in the corner. That's slightly off camera. Well, here we go. We have just... This is potpourri for 500 back here. We're gonna twist that around and put it up close, since that's gonna be a little more finicky. Alright. And And on this step, we will be connecting the two pieces. So let's build that out. Have I built a Technic set that you've put trays out for? I don't think I have.
Didn't I have the Porsche?
I don't think you did with the Porsche. Because that was the first set that I did, and I don't think you were doing this for me yet. You were asking to, and I kept saying, no, 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 you don't need to do that. Like a dummy. This is way better. Have I done any other Technic sets as a build? Oh, Fast and Furious. I did the Charger.
I wasn't here for that.
You weren't?
Your dad.
Oh. That's right. Yeah, Mike 16, I don't think it was that she quit on it as much as she ran out of time. I don't think she's very happy about that. No, she's not. This is reminding me. So one of the things that they did with this set, we'll get to it eventually. I won't spoil the surprise. We'll get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh yeah. Lex is definitely going to need to play the boxing VR game later. To get her aggressions out from this set. I'm having a great time. Okay, this is so I guess another one of the reasons why I like this set as much as I do, and this is more the case with the older Star Wars sets. Nah, that's not true. All the Star Wars. The Star Wars ships have a tendency to be a good hybrid of Technic building and then sculpting around it. This set definitely has a lot of Technic underpinnings. But because there's all of the other normal pieces, so Technic sets are largely built up by putting these little connector doodads into the holes that hold it all together, as opposed to the normal Lego sets where you're taking instead of using those connector pins, you're taking pieces and putting them together. That is the main difference between Technic versus normal Legos. It's interesting on sets like these where you go back and forth between the two, because you end up doing things like this guy here. So you have all of these Technic pieces, but since we're going to be actually using the studs on the tops and the bottoms, we'll do something like this where we will put this piece upside down, because presumably we're going to have some other pieces hanging off of here. And that's not something that you would normally do in a Technic set, because normally you don't have pieces that are using the studs. And so it's kind of a unique situation to this kind of set to be able to get to do that sort of thing. and it's not exactly it's not totally weird or unusual, so it's not exciting in the sense that it's like the first time you see something work that way, but it's something that is odd enough that it's still fun to see it, even if you know it's coming. So that is what I am currently excited about here. All right, this all goes into here. And that frame is nice and solid now. Okay. Now we'll do presumably this other side. Anyway, today's been a very, very productive day for us. Well, us. For me. It's been a productive day for me. Started out the day with a fun car wash. And I'm going to need to talk to Mike 16 a little bit more about how you got that lint off of the top of my car, because I washed my car and it was linty once again, and I tried using the lint roller and that was not really working too well for me. So I don't know what kind of magic you did last time.
Extra.
What?
You are so extra.
You don't want to drive around with a whole bunch of lint on top of your car. It's ridiculous. Well, I don't want to put the top down with the lint on it, because then the lint will get trapped in the trunk.
Okay.
You don't want that either. Oh, I wonder if I could vacuum. No. I don't know. Anyway, point being, we got to talk. I got to talk to you, because whatever I did didn't work. And you did such a good job last time. I don't know how. I need to know how to replicate that. Anyway, did a car wash this morning, and that was great. And can't remember if I had mentioned this on the stream before, but I had ordered a new computer recently. I needed a new upgrade to my gaming PC. Need is a term that I'm using very loosely right now, but close enough. Yeah, more accurately, Lex, I will call you, yes. More accurately, Lex's computer was dying on her periodically, like it would just shut off or freeze and then shut off. And so she needed something, and I figured, good husband that I am, I should just buy myself something new and then give her my old one. So
That doesn't make you sound like a good husband.
I think that makes me sound like a great husband.
No.
So I bought a new PC, and it came last night. And so I got that all set up this morning. Well, not all set up. Started getting that set up this morning. But because my old one had a graphics card that was old enough, my monitor now doesn't work with the new computer. And so I have a temporary adapter on it that has it. The temporary adapter is not good enough. Just to put it simply, it is unable to drive the number of pixels the monitor needs, and so the monitor is stuck in basically old people mode where everything's huge. So I need a new adapter, or which actually I ordered an adapter last night. It should get here tomorrow, and hopefully that'll solve the problem. But if it doesn't, I might need a new monitor, which will make me sad because I really love the monitor that I have. Okay. But yeah, set up the computer this morning. Washed the towels from drying the car this morning. Here we are. More, once again, it's having a better shape to it that you can see now. This would be the bottom of it as it's flying forward towards you, or as it sits down. So neat shape. I only mean that the screen is very easily readable without any sort of enlargement, glasses or anything like that. Okay. Oh, it does look like Java's barge. Yeah. Incidentally, I do have that set right there. But yeah, it does have that sort of a shape to it. Came out right around the same time. Might be in the same generation. Can't tell. It's funny, I tend to avoid building any of the older sets that have the dark brown Lego pieces, unless I'm really jonesing to build the set, because the dark brown Lego pieces, and I know I've talked about this on here before, have a tendency to break. For some reason they're extra brittle. For whatever reason, that die batch or whatever, the dark brown pieces snap, and it's very frustrating. So the let's see here, Ewok Village, the Sand Crawler, both sets that I've had to have Lego send me out replacement parts for, because when taking them apart, they snap. Cordy, what was the set? You were working on a set recently where one of the brown parts broke on you. Which that was that? Was that the? Oh, it was the pirate ship, right? I think it was the pirate ship. It was an old one.
Oh.
They've had a few pirate ships. Alright, and right now we're building the ingenious part that lets this thing auto level. This part right here is freely spinning, and so once we have the pieces, once we have it built out here, whenever you turn the set, this part will stay oriented flat toward the earth. So whichever mode it's in, the wings will do the right thing. Yeah, Black Pearl. Yeah. Oh, Pirates of Barracuda Bay. Yeah, that one's...
You gotta wear one of your Jimmy shirts.
I don't think I'm gonna do. I think Pirates of Barracuda Bay is gonna be a. I don't know if that's gonna be on CaseyBuilds.
What?
It's a big set.
Oh. Alright.
I guess we talked about that being a rum set.
Yeah. Drinking.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know why. At least that's not a rum shit, but it's just. Can I say I'll live your life?
Is that right? That's right. And here we go. All right. Okay, we got some thrusters on the bottom of this thing now. One, two. CaseyBuilds After Hours, yeah. Full rum mode.
See? I don't want to read this little bit. I promise I can still sort.
It's a good idea. CaseyBuilds Unplugged. All good ideas. Cordy, you had suggested a long time ago that I needed to put out a survey. I think this was before my first or second build. It was after my first build, and you had the idea of putting out surveys to have people vote on what they wanted me to do. I still need to do stuff like that. One of the things I've been meaning to try to collect information about is whether people prefer one type of build over another type. I assume people like the short format builds where when I've been doing the one day Star Wars motifs, things like that, as opposed to the multi-day builds. But I realize I could be wrong. But I'm curious, and I need to gather information so that I can give the people what they want. Although, one other thing that Taco Cub had suggested one time, I don't know if he's out there right now, Taco Cub had suggested I do a marathon build for like the Millennium Falcon, where I start and we're talking an all day session here that people can pop into and out of if they want. Start building and I don't get to stop until it's done, kind of a thing. Which I think I'll get around to that one of these days. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Thought I maybe had another straggler that was part of a different bag, but I do not. But yeah, I'd like to put my Millennium Falcon back together one of these days. Also, I've got my huge Star Destroyer set, which I had been saving to build it until I had a house to build it in, and now I have one. And hey, Jay, how's it going? Welcome to today's build. But yeah, big old Star Destroyer set. I've been eyeing them recently, and it's given me the itch. How are things going with you today, Jay? All right. Make sure that's correct. Boop, boop, boop. Doing some real interesting things here. I can't remember what the purpose is going to end up being. But we have these doodads. Let's see here. These fit in here, and then this goes down and connects to that right there. There, that's cool. So we're using these to just kind of give some shaping around our thrusters. All right. Some more underbody work here. Cordy, were there any sets that you were trying to get last night? Did you order an NES? I can't remember if you were excited about that one. I don't think you were. I don't remember you planning to get that one. I think we talked about that. I could see you getting the piano, music man that you are. And what about you, Jay? Were there any sets with the August 1st release that you were looking forward to? There we go. I have a cool thruster array there. That goes here. So this is what I was talking about. We're using the studs in the normal old-fashioned way of building Legos, and this was the pieces that I talked about that were upside down, and so these pieces are attaching this way to give us yet another different direction that the studs are going. So they keep going in all these different directions to help us get more detail with all this stuff, which I enjoy. Piano in the store. Yeah, that's probably smart. I feel like there's the Lego VIP program should qualify a person for better delivery. I feel like I've earned it. There's that guy. Those. Oops. There. All right. So this step is only slightly tedious. Got to build 12 of these little things. All of these clear bits. So frequently when Lego uses true colorless clear pieces, I'm like building up right here. These sorts of guys. Oops. When Lego uses these ones, clear like the ship in the bottle, the glass. Normally on sets like this one, you use the clear studs to pretend, sort of just imagine that they're not there. So this one, they're used to make it look like if the ship is sitting like this, it gives it the appearance of that it's floating there, like it would be in the Star Wars universe. So these clear studs, you're supposed to just sort of pretend that you don't see them. I agree. Black VIP Lego card holders, we deserve a different level of service. Oh shoot. There are not enough of these. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no. Are there 2 clear studs over there?
There are in this bag.
Oh. Nope. Nope.
Found it?
Yeah, I used these clear studs over here when I was supposed to use these gray studs. Ooh. Crisis averted. I should know better than to second guess myself. Let's do this. I don't remember what we're accomplishing with the pieces that I'm putting down right now, but I'm trying to make sure that they are uniform. Technic Lover. Hey, Technic Lover. Welcome to the build. Haven't seen you in a while. When are we going to do the Millennium Falcon? Good question. I don't know if you just joined us or if you heard me talking about it, but I was like maybe 15 minutes ago was talking about how I need to probably do an all weekend marathon build of that thing. Yeah, it won't take a whole weekend, but I think it would take me a whole, like if I started Saturday morning and just started building, people could pop in and out as they want. But I think I need to do that one of these days. That and my Star Destroyer. Okay, that's the end of that bag. So we were getting the shape of all of this. I don't remember what that is for right there. But you can see on the back we're starting to get some detail of the underside of this thing, or the backside, depending on your point of view. Showed you those things that can twist. yeah, this is good. All right, we're on bag 6 now. But yeah, Falcon, oh, see, that makes up for the previous tray. I don't know if, let's see if we can move this just a hair. I don't want to ruin it. That is Mike 16. Does that work better for you? All right. Here we go. And here's a Star Wars spoiler alert. We have a very worried Han Solo here, which we're going to see why in a moment.
If you haven't seen that movie yet.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I apologize. But it's going to be a spoiler.
And Tyson's the only one that has legitimate reason.
Sorry, I had a stream issue a couple of weeks ago. That's quite alright. Stream issues happen. I had a stream issue a couple of weeks ago where the whole thing just kind of cut out, and I don't know why it happened. Hasn't happened again, as far as I know. But the internet is fickle sometimes. Yeah. I think Lex felt bad about the last tray, so she was really going for it with this one. Do I set up my trays in advance? I do not set up my trays in advance. My lovely wife sorts them. Oh, I'm messing up her beautiful pieces here. Basically, we keep rotating through 2 of these cookie trays at a time. As I finish one tray, she's putting the next bag all out on the next tray for me. So the biggest issue is when I'm opening up a new set. I like to if I open up a new set, I like to open it up live on my stream so you can see the joy of cutting into the box for the first time. So when I do those, the first bag so as to not have downtime. She doesn't have enough time to pre-sort the first bag for me, but other than that, yeah, she sets them all out. Lex is my wife. She is also Vengeful Valkyrie in the chat here. So every once in a while she'll chime in when she doesn't have her hands full with sorting the next tray. So Technic-Lover, do you I will admit I haven't looked to see if you have a stream as well. You married the dream. Yes. I'm very lucky. Yeah. Not to mention she gets upset with me when I don't let her sort, so I'm got it pretty good. Do you have a stream as well? I need to look for Jay's stream, and I need to look for, who was it earlier? I should write these things down. Jay, oh yeah, Brick Twins. Jay and Brick Twins. I suppose I could look at my subscribers. Can I bring up a list of my subscribers? I don't know if that's something I can do or not. Anyway, I'm making a list of people that I need to look at. And Techniclever, you let me know if you've got a stream, and I'll check it out if you do. Okay. We're building a very interesting contraption here, which will make no sense to you yet until I attach it, and then all of a sudden it will. If you have seen Star Wars, which I hope and imagine all of you have at this point. Actually, haven't seen Tyson on here in a while either.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks. Yeah, number 9 is definitely counting the days until she can be number 9 again.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Out on any field.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, what is this? This attaches going this way. In here. Oh, no, that's got to turn around. Turn around. Okay, that goes into there, and that goes into there. There we go. Don't think I would have ever considered marriage a prerequisite for having professional looking Lego streams, but I can definitely see your point. Yeah. Okay. Getting closer to being able to show you what's going on here. Alright, this fits in through here. And we're getting wonderfully intricate with the way all of these pieces are fitting together, so do such a good job of going back and forth on this set between the Technic pieces and the normal bricks. They do such a good job with it. Okay, 2, 1, 1. Ah, very good. Yeah, love for Lego is important. Although, if you're not careful, you'll find somebody with a love for Lego, and then when you order a set, it'll show up, and you turn around, then look back, and then all of a sudden the set's built. You didn't.
I asked first.
You do always ask first. That's true. I could have bigger problems. Well, you've got about 30 seconds until I need it.
Okay.
I think that's our last tray of the day too, so I'll stall. Guys, don't worry about it. We're having some production issues here.
Hey, this was a big bag.
It's going to be our last bag of the day. Hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah, that's about right. That's good. Okay. All right. So now what we need to do is we take our terrified Han and we have to put him into the carbonite. There we go. Which is why he's scared. And he fits in perfectly, and as you can see, he is now encased in carbonite, which loads into the vehicle here. Which way does it go? It's this way. And I don't remember exactly. It's built so that it can kind of pivot out in a way, but I still need to finish off some stuff here before that works, because oh, that is a big bag. Oh, flips forward. I would say you don't need to. Oh, for tomorrow? Well, that's just gonna be out there all day. We could bump it and then it's gonna get messed up. Okay. That flips forward somehow. I think that's how it's supposed to be right now. So you can see here, I can't remember how well this works once it's all done, but Han can actually kind of pivot out almost, and then collapse and go back in. But I think it all works a lot. I think it all works a lot better once this is all together. I can't quite remember, so we're just gonna leave it like that for now, and then I think it'll work out. Bo James, did you ever rebag that semi truck? Oh, no. Semi truck is literally right here in need of. Can't really get a good angle. Haven't done that one yet. But the Ferrari is back and bagged. So this will be a good. I'm looking forward to doing the Ferrari on CaseyBuilds one of these days here. It's an older Technic set, but I know there's remarkably, some of you out there are F1 enthusiasts. So that'll be a fun set to build one of these days. So, yes, thank you, Bo James, for taking good care of those sets for me. All right, building a little Mandalorian minifig here. Specifically Boba Fett. Gotta make sure that the piece is aligned correctly. Yes, Bo James. By the way, Bo James, if you go and end up building out that second set you got, let me know if there are any. Oh, by the way, here's here's our Mandalorian for this set. Boba Fett. Let me know if any of those pieces are missing, and I'll show you how to order them individually online. It's definitely a lot cheaper to spend a couple of bucks to get 1 or 2 missing pieces than it is to order a whole new set. So I would be happy to show you how to do that. Okay. Man, this tray is so packed, I'm having a hard time getting the pieces out of it without messing them all up. Okay. Anyway, I've mentioned this before. This is going to be a 2-parter build this weekend. We're getting close to being done for the day. This is going to be our last bag for the day, I think. That's going to be 7 of the 14 bags. The instruction book has 308 pages, and we're on page 145, which is just about the halfway point. So that all feels halfway-ish. So we're going to finish off this tray, and then we'll finish up this build tomorrow. Instead of making this a 4-hour build, we'll just do a nice easy 2-parter. Couple hours apiece. Messing them up. So is there anybody out there building a set today? Building or taking apart while we build? Does it take you more time to rebag them than putting it together? No. Generally speaking, taking them apart, I think, takes about half as much time. Because you're not spending the time to... you're not spending the time looking for the pieces, and they come apart a lot quicker than they go together. And depending on how the instructions are set up, if the things are really modular, like with the Death Star, for example, when we were building that, like you build a room at a time, and when they're modular enough like that, you can say like, okay, bag 7 is this room of the Death Star, and you could pretty much just take that room out by itself and just take it all apart and put it in the bag, and you don't really need to follow the instructions. Some of the sets aren't as modular with their instructions, and those ones take a little bit more time because you actually have to do the instructions in reverse. And so those take a little bit more time to be able to do it, but it's still quicker than putting them together. It's weird. Mecha Dragon had asked me something about, and this is going to be weird, but I'm going to make the connection, and just stick with me here. Mecha Dragon had asked me about the... What did I do wrong? Where's the... Am I missing something? I go backwards? I think I went backwards. No. What in tarnation? Oh, I did go backwards. Oh, this is all wrong. Oh, that is wildly embarrassing. I don't know. I think I hit the left arrow instead of the right arrow. Okay, we're gonna just set this embarrassment to the side, and we'll fix that in a minute. Um, whoops-a-doodle. What was I saying? Yes. Mecha Dragon had asked me recently if I had played through the second quest on the original Legend of Zelda. Which, yes, obviously, yes. I would say taking Lego sets apart is much like the second quest on Legend of Zelda. It's fun for me to do. I enjoy doing it. And it's all the stuff that you know, just kind of arranged in a different way. It's not as good as playing through Legend of Zelda, the first quest. I don't know what the appropriate terminology is for that. But it's different and fun. So I don't dislike taking the sets apart. It's not as much fun as putting them together, but it's a different kind of a challenge. So, just like the second quest on the original Legend of Zelda Nintendo game is not as much fun as the first quest is, but it's still ultimately something worth doing. Okay, which we've got sticker situation going on here. It is this one. That's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. So yeah, I would say actually some of the Technic sets, as you might have noticed, being the Technic lover that you are, some of the Technic sets do a really good job of being in sections, like especially the bigger, like the Porsche, Bugatti, the bigger cars, those sorts of sets. They are built in sections that come together. So some of the Technic sets like that actually come apart very quickly, because you can just take a whole chunk and then that goes into a bag. Some of them not so much. So that's sort of actually one of the things that I notice while I'm building a set. As I'm building it, I'm already thinking about when I'm going to be taking it apart. And some of them, as I build them, I'm building it thinking this is going to be terrible to take apart, or I notice that they're built in such a way that they come apart very easily. Last bag for the day. Reminder. Yes. Thank you, Mike16. We're going to get that 100 subscriber count one of these days. And we can enjoy our permanent pretty URLs. Pretty quickly here, we're going to have to take this silly mistake apart, because I started building a second set of this, which would be the other side. These are going to be the fins that go on the ship that auto-level themselves. And like a doofus, I went back a step and started building the same thing over again. You only need one left wing. That will actually be a quick one to take apart. Presumably when you go to build the right wing, it'll be the same pieces in the same order, just mirrored, so that shouldn't be too big of a mistake. There we go. Here's a reminder for anybody that's wearing an Apple Watch. We're at 50 minutes past the hour, which means if you haven't stood for the hour, like if you've been sitting building a Lego set for all of your fans, you might need to shake your wrist around a little bit to get credit for sitting there. Let's hope that that was enough of that. Been almost done cheating. Taking apart can be a lot of work, depending on the set. Oh, thanks. But ultimately, less work than putting together. And I would say worth it if you enjoy a set enough, if you like putting them together, which is the root of it for me. I could put the same set together over and over and over again. I could have 20 boxes of the exact same set and enjoy opening them up fresh and building the same set over and over and over again. I could just do it all day long. Taking them apart lets you, it's a present to your future self to be able to build the set again. So, oh no, we will not have any Samsung watches around here. And no, Lego has not yet acknowledged me in any way whatsoever. Sure would be nice. I suppose my ultimate dream with CaseyBuilds would be to, at some point in time, have Lego start pre-sending me sets to review prior to their release date, so that I could post the build when the press embargoes get raised. Here we go. All right, this is kind of a tricky connection. There we go. All right. So as you can see right now, wing is flat, and as you turn the set, it just automatically rotates itself. It stays same orientation, which I think is just really cool. I absolutely love that about this set. And there's another set, an older set for a B-wing that has a self-righting cockpit. We might need to do that one of these days too. Still not time for that yet. So, Technic Lover, are you suggesting that if you have a Samsung watch, you could get credit for standing without actually standing? Or moving your wrist around? Because to me, that seems like a step backwards. I know I just cheated to get credit for this, but I had to cheat to get credit for it. Which, grand scheme of things, I'm going to say is still better than not cheating at all. Okay, this piece, this one's tricky because it needs to get in here and there's very little clearance. There we go. You kind of have to approach it at the right angle. There we go. So it's kind of neat. This This part and this part here, you can see the wing is like that. It actually it fits in and goes flush. It all fits together so nicely. Okay. Keep waiting for the step to come up that I'm gonna have to use these pieces that I messed up on, and that keeps being one step away, one step away. If this was a day where I was getting dinged and had to do a shot when I made a mistake, I would have definitely had a few at this point.
Oh man, if I don't finish the tray test, does that mean I have to finish out?
Lex wants to know if she doesn't finish a tray in... Oh, here it is. Okay. Now, this is where I have to fix my mistake. If she didn't finish a tray in time, does she have to take a shot? I'm going to say yes, as long as it doesn't interfere or as long as it doesn't ruin your ability to do future trays.
You don't want it to be a domino effect.
Correct. Okay, quick fix, and as I thought, it's all the same pieces, just mirrored, so not too big of a mistake. But that's why I was so flummoxed by this piece, because it was going the wrong way, and it's because it was supposed to be mirrored for this wing. There. 2, 3. It's only 4 o'clock, and I don't know about you guys out there, but for some reason I'm really hungry right now. We don't have a plan for dinner around here tonight that I'm aware of, but that's where my mind's at. Incidentally, if you are in the South Bay area where we're located, we found a new barbecue place to go to. Go ahead and use this opportunity to plug a local business. Ben's Barbecue and Brew. I've been there a couple of times now, and it's good barbecue joint. I look forward to shelter-in-place ending at some point and being able to go enjoy a brew with the barbecue inside of the restaurant. I acknowledge that is going to be a very long way out still, but happy to have found a new place to get some good barbecue from that is not too far from our house. Happens to be right next door to an Ike's, which is how I noticed it in the first place. Just going to pick up a delicious sandwich, and saw a barbecuery right next door. This is more of a reminder for myself than information for any of you guys out there. But they make their own barbecue sauce. And they have habanero sauce, original and traditional. And we have I'm trying to remember now.
I like traditional.
You like traditional, and I like original. Yeah, that's what it is. So that's more of a. Now, next time I forget, I can come back and look at this stream and be like, oh yeah, that's how it goes. Lego mask. Huh. No, I can't say I have. That's a. It seems like it'd be really painful. Also, probably not very effective. I don't know if you could get that tight enough on your face that wouldn't just hurt and still be effective. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say no, that I don't think I could make that work. I did see some bacon masks online recently that I thought seemed like a really good idea. Clearly I'm hungry. Can't stop talking about food.
Does that mean I should go start making dinner?
Do we know what we're having for dinner?
Well, we can have stir fry. Or we can have chicken and Brussels sprouts.
Hmm.
We have Portos too. Portos in the freezer too.
Hmm. We are.
Or I can make those little meat things.
We are currently plagued with too many options. And as we know, choice is the direct enemy of happiness. Getting close here. Almost done with this section. Burgers. There we go. I think we just need one little doodad over here, and then we're going to be done with this section, I think. Anybody else out there have some delicious dinner plans to help us get inspired over here? Motherboard, I know you always have good dinner plans. Like that. Lego mask holders. Okay. I'll have to give that a look. That seems really funny. Yeah, I'll check it out. Okay, this piece goes in like so. There. 2 stand hours today. Oh, coconut shrimp. Well, I'm excited for how happy that's looking like it's going to make you. I am not a big seafood person. I can eat shrimp if I need to, but that's not something I seek out. All right, so As you can see, we've got structure going on up top here, and we're going to build out the top of this guy some more. We're basically done on the back, or the bottom. You've got various thrusters and things. And what I really like, as I've already shown you, is when this set tilts, these wings stay oriented correctly. So as it's flying forward, which you can't really see, but when it's flying forward, they are tipped like this. And then as it lands, it turns and they are flat. So the fact that they are self-leveling like that, it's one of my favorite things about this set. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of that one. So we are 161. Yeah, we're halfway through. 2 hours. Probably another two hours tops tomorrow, and we'll be done with this thing. Yeah, making good progress so far. Thank you all for showing up today. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time as usual, and we'll finish this off, and you'll get to see the end of Slave 1. So thank you all. I'm going to go find some food, or start thinking about food. We're thinking about food over here. Enjoy the rest of your Saturdays, and see you all tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. It's always good to see you all.